Welcome to today's major news highlights. Hurricane Helene leaves devastation in its wake across the southeast, while Vice President Kamala Harris ramps up attacks on Donald Trump. We'll break down the aftermath of the storm, the new dynamics in the 2024 presidential race, and how these events could impact the coming weeks. Stay tuned for in-depth analysis and all the updates you need to know. Hurricane Helene has left widespread destruction across parts of the southeastern U.S., particularly hitting Georgia and North Carolina hard. Communities are reeling from the damage caused by powerful winds, downed trees, and widespread flooding. More than 200 deaths have been reported, and entire neighborhoods remain cut off from resources as rescue teams work around the clock. In North Carolina's mountainous regions, residents have described the damage as unthinkable. Many homes have been destroyed, and landslides have complicated relief efforts, leaving thousands without power and water. Emergency responders are struggling to reach isolated communities still cut off by fallen trees and debris. In Georgia, coastal counties continue to assess the damage as over 36,000 homes were left without power. Reconstruction will be a long process as officials assess the need for federal aid. The devastation from Helene highlights once again the increasing frequency and intensity of storms linked to climate change. As rescue and recovery efforts continue, experts are urging for better long-term infrastructure planning to prevent future catastrophic impacts. Meanwhile, in the political world, Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign is turning up the heat in the final stretch before the November election. With time running out, Harris's team has decided to take a more negative approach, launching direct attacks on Donald Trump. This marks a shift in the campaign's tone as Harris hones in on key vulnerabilities of Trump's presidency, such as his handling of democracy and immigration. Harris's intensified focus on contrasting her vision for America against Trump's has drawn the attention of voters still on the fence. Her strategy might just be what she needs to appeal to the moderates who have been undecided up to this point. This more combative approach is a calculated risk, but it could galvanize Democratic voters while casting doubt on Trump's ability to lead the country in the future. Whether this shift pays off or backfires remains to be seen, but it certainly ups the ante in the final weeks of the election. On the other hand, Donald Trump is focusing on his ground game in key swing states, building momentum among his loyal base. His campaign is doubling down on populist messaging with a strong emphasis on immigration. Trump's team is aiming to secure victories in crucial battlegrounds such as Georgia and North Carolina, regions that are still recovering from Hurricane Helene, which may impact voter turnout. Interestingly, Trump has faced some pushback, especially from moderate Republicans, as he remains focused on issues like border security and legal immigration. However, his ability to draw large crowds and energize his core supporters could be pivotal in turning the tide, especially in states where margins are historically thin. As we approach November 5th, both campaigns are gearing up for an intense final push. Harris is betting on a strategy that highlights Trump's flaws, while Trump is banking on energizing his base and reminding voters of his past successes. The outcome of this election may depend on which candidate can sway undecided voters and turn out their supporters in key states still grappling with the effects of natural disasters and political fatigue. In the coming weeks, we'll be following these campaigns closely. Will Harris's aggressive stance prove effective, or will Trump's ground game take the win? Stay tuned for more updates and analysis on this tight race. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to stay updated with the latest news. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on the 2024 election and how natural disasters are affecting voter turnout. See you in the next update.